105.1. You know what's going on? It's your boy. It's your man's Dsmoovee. I said it. Pia, thank you so much for joining us. Look, I got one of the dopest artists, one of the dopest tattooists in the city, and she's outside the city now. Congratulations on your big move to Chicago. I seen you like you was real lit down there. You had Key with you. Y'all was down there doing your thing, so I went to shout you out. Let people know who you are. Let people know what you do, Miss Pia. Pia.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I'm an artist. I guess I started with acrylic paintings. The style is surrealism. I'd say it's hard to kind of find, like, put a genre, I guess, to it, but that's how I would best describe it. And then I do tattoos, murals. I tattoo in fine line black and gray style. So, yeah.
I first noticed you when I met you at the studio, and like you were so artistic and so creative. I was like, where did this even start from? Like, how did you even get to start with your artistry?
So my dad's a musician, and I grew up listening to him play blues music, and I guess I just started translating all of the music into paintings, and then that was just kind of like my art, like creativity as a child. And then growing up into adulthood, I just was like, I'm gonna stick with this and find a way to make a living out of this. And then during the pandemic, that translated into tattoos. So it's all just kind of, I think it's just who I am as a person.
Absolutely. I love, no, but like you have like the most creative soul, like, and it seems like you're always creating something. I'm not gifted to be that artistic in that way. Like, what's your mind like when you're creating? So like, please tell me, because I'll be like, how does she do that? How do you come up with everything?
What is my mind like?
Yes.
Good question. That is why I make paintings. Dun dun dun. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I guess I'd say like I have a lot of thoughts and I feel a lot of things, and I just know how to channel that and into paintings, and that's like more for me. And then tattooing is like a way for me to like help other people be creative and help other people kind of also express what they want to express and build, I guess, their own identity. And it's different for everybody, but that's why I like to do it. I like to help other people.
I love the fact that you are creating, like you're connecting your artistry to you helping. Personal question: what is one of the best things, or what's one of the best pieces that you've came up with, or tattoo or art, or your most memorable, or anything like that? Because I know you have done so many.
The most memorable for me personally, like most memorable, or like what's my favorite?
Let's go with your favorite.
Okay, my favorite painting I've done, honestly, is probably the 555 painting that I did, and Craig over here, my friend, has that tattooed on him.
Shout out to Craig.
That's probably one of my favorites. It does have a huge like story behind it.
I want to hear it.
We got how much time do we have?
We got enough. We have enough. Yes.
So yeah, that was a painting that I made, I think during the pandemic. I made it in Florida. I shipped it back when I was to St. Louis when I was halfway through with it. And like it ended up being the painting, I was commissioned a painting for Future, and that was the painting that I sold that like helped me kind of like get down there. It has this really weird, crazy story behind it.
Did you just say Future?
Yeah.
And you're gonna just like drive past that like that's not wow.
Cooler thing, like not that.
That's what I'm talking about, Pia.
But like you know, other things.
Yeah.
That, like that was just a moment in time. Like that was like a job that I did, and yeah, it's really cool. But like, and I'm really grateful. I really am. But like, I'm also like doing other things. Like I have 2 studios right now.
So dope. So incredible.
Like that's really exciting to me. You know.
Absolutely. So before we go to the Future thing, let's go to the studios and talk to me. Okay. What was that moment like when you got your first studio and you seen it? I'm pretty sure like you've seen it come to fruition in front of your eyes.
Well, this is the first time I got both of the studios kind of at the same time. I got my studio in Chicago first, and it's still going through licensing until it's fully opened. And then I guess I feel like I knew the feeling already because I had already thought about it so many times. Like it's been intentional to get to this point. So when it happens, it's just kind of like, like I've been preparing for this. So it's really exciting. I feel free. I feel so free. But like even the places that I worked before, like when I was given just a tiny space, I was so grateful for that tiny space. I think that is just what fuels everything. I have so much gratitude because I know what it's like.
I love that about you.
Nothing. Thank you. I started with nothing. Like really like started selling art with like $0. Like
really.
Yeah, like, I mean, yeah.
Your first painting was like when you first, like your first sale was like when you actually started to make money off of it, or?
My first, what did you say?
Your first art or your first painting or your first tattoo was like when you started to actually monetize off of it, or?
It actually came really naturally. Like,
really? Okay.
It was just like I was doing that and then people were offering to start buying it. And so then,
look, y'all, that's how you know you dope.
But I also was intentional, like, that's how I kind of realized that I could do it, like it was possible, but then I decided to take it seriously. And I just think that, like, getting a studio, getting a place, like, those are the consequences of having, staying dedicated and consistent. And, like, there's going to be more, like, I'm going to do more things, but, like, the spaces I'm giving, like, I also intend to, like, keep helping other people express themselves creatively, like, through tattoos or painting or whatever. Like, there's a lot of purpose behind it, which is also why I think I'm being given these things.
Absolutely.
But also, yeah, so it feels good. It feels like I feel free. Like, I'm just finally ready to start doing more. Like, I'm able now to do it, which is awesome and a blessing, like, that I have that ability to do that. And I'm ready to keep, like, helping people, giving them the space
to grow, to spread their wings. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you want to help people spread their wings when it comes to artistry and what you do. I want to ask you this, because when you get to see your work with national artists, that's not, I know it's big to you, but that's not the overall goal. But to work with somebody like Future, talk to me about that, and how was that experience, and kind of how did it go?
I would say, like, it was kind of like an intimate setting, I guess, in a weird way. Like, it was like, for me, it was like I was with a friend, and then like I just like, it was a birthday party. It was his birthday party in Atlanta, so like it was really cool. It was interesting to be there.
I love that. No, so how did that actually come about? And I know you were just telling the story. And what was that experience like to actually work with Future?
I guess it was more like it was a gift. So I wouldn't say it was like, I would say it was like I would work with Future and I worked on a project together and sat there intentionally. So I think it was a gift, but it was really interesting. It gave me a lot of perspective. On so many different levels, but it was just exciting. Like, it's exciting. Like,
absolutely,
it was kind of, I was a little starstruck. Like, Drake walked by. Like, I was cool with it. It was like, it was.
You was cool with Future, but you.
No, but I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like, cause like Future, no, like I like Future.
Yeah.
But it was like almost like it felt intimate. Like I got the chance to meet his mom. Like, it just felt like I was meeting another artist. Like, it had connections from St. Louis. So it's like, like, I just felt like, I knew that stuff like this was gonna happen eventually. Like, I knew that, like, I always trusted, like, but I don't measure my value based off of working with it. So I just knew that would come naturally. So I didn't really, like, I didn't think nobody's like better than me, nobody's worse than me. Like, I'm another artist and I'm talking to another artist, but I was excited to see Drake.
That's what I'm talking about. I know.
I'm actually speechless.
I know you're gonna be doing something dope with Drake one day. I know it. I can already tell.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know.
I can tell. I know, like you or somebody. Yeah, with anyone. Even me.
I don't know who I'll attract next.
So Pia, being that you've had so much success with art, so much success with tattoos.
Thank you.
What do you feel like is next for you?
More of this stuff, like more creative stuff. I think I'm having fun. Kind of like I'm interested in modeling. That's just kind of been something I just have been getting into. I could see myself getting into fashion at some point. Like, I don't know. Those are things that I just think will just happen naturally.
Mm-hmm.
I see myself owning properties, like for other artists to rent and work and travel. Just keeping me and keep finding a way to make things possible for other people to do, like the stuff I enjoy.
I love it. Chicago.
Yeah.
So you said you were there first, and
yeah.
So talk to us about that. Like, what was that life like in Chicago, and what actually made you want to come back to St. Louis, or what made you come back?
Well, I don't really want to leave St. Louis. This is my home city, and
You better. I don't know if y'all heard that.
This is my home city, and there's so much opportunity to work here because if you're an artist, you need space. And right now, with the way of the world is, like, it's a lot tougher in other cities. So, like, be resourceful, and like I think that's what's giving me success too. Is like a Chicago. Like, I don't know how long I'll be there. I'm just doing it to expand, but I'm also like still staying here because, like, this is my home city. Like, and in a way, like, this is my home base, so I'm gonna grow and go other cities, but also in doing that, I'm finding a way. But Chicago's cool. Like, I'm still building that life there too. Like, I just started on this journey. Yeah. I just decided, like, I need to have a place in a bigger city. Like, you can't be also, like, I just feel like that's the next step for me, is to expand outside of my city. Like, you can't get too comfortable. They have a whole different set of things there, and it's close here, so travel's easy. So
you better tell it, Pia. Like, seriously, you dope.
Thank you. Thanks.
Like, to those out there, like, I want them to know, like, how important it is to thrive in your hometown, and you've done that, and you continue to do that.
You can do it. You can do it. You also need to travel outside.
Yeah.
You need to have the knowledge and the experience. Like, you need to have life experience to, like, and even to know that that's what you're grateful for. Like, I'm grateful that St. Louis is cheap as hell to live here. I love that about St. Louis. I love that it's easy to work with people here to an extent. Like, but that's also a mindset too. Yeah. You know, so I affirm that because I want more for this city. So I try to speak that. Like, I want good things. I want artists to thrive.
I love it.
All artists to thrive.
When you say thrive, and you've been thriving, what does a thriving artist look like to you, Pia?
Well, I think thriving, in my opinion, for me is being free, and being free is, being independent. So, like, being free from having, like, I'm very blessed to be at the point where I can create for a living and do that consistently, but that also has come with a lot of dedication, a lot of nights in, and being very intentional. And I think everybody can do that, and I do think it'll look different for everybody.
Absolutely.
But I think it's possible, and it might, like, I think that's my message, I guess.
When you started tattooing, of course, we know who your first person was. Talk to me about that experience of actually tattooing your best friend, and like him getting to see your artwork and you getting to see it on him.
It's every time I see him, I'm happy to see him. Because it's like, you trusted me, like, when I first started, and he was buying art consistently. He buys, shout out to him.
That's what's up.
He buys everything, like, gets everything. So
that's what I'm talking about.
Like, just really supportive. And so when it translated into tattoos, and seeing, like, my early work and my most recent, and being able to work on the same person, like, like that's why people like him is why I get to do this.
Yeah.
Why I get to do this. And by doing this, like, I know that I'm gonna get to help other people some more.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's a gift. Like it's very, I feel humble every time.
Being able to see where you started and where you came from to where you are now, what do you feel like is your biggest improvement? And what do you say? What would you say to that young Pia who just got started?
Honestly, I don't feel any different. I feel like the same person. I just feel like the time is the only thing that's changed. I feel like the same person in my head. I knew this is like, I just knew who I was, and I just think like I just am growing and maturing and just deciding like, you know, how I want to spend my time and who I want to spend it around, and spending it with supportive people and people who fuel my ideas and my creativity, and choosing to be around that, and choosing to live more of a sober, I'm not totally sober, but lean more towards a sober lifestyle has helped me a lot. Yeah, just if I forgot the question.
No, you good. No, you good.
Stream of consciousness.
But you answered the base of it, because I love getting to understand where an artist was and now where they're at, and you just answered that perfectly.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it feels the same kind of. It's just like the material world is catching up.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Absolutely.
But it's weird that you say that, because it's a weird feeling to have. Like, I'm actually, not struggling, but I do have that feeling. Like, dang, like, because some of the people closest to me, like, it's like, now you're supportive. Or how, like, I'm feeling that for the first time in my life. So it's kind of a weird thing to go through.
As you continue to grow and as you continue to become national, what do you feel like is going to be like that trademark for Pia?
The trademark, like,
or what's going to be that thing that we see and we just automatically know, like, that's a Pia Rene?
Oh, the trademark. I'm still figuring that out. I guess right now my paintings, it's very surrealist. There's drip, like very drippy.
Okay.
I use a water wash thing, so I kind of always leave that be like a signature style. And right now I like painting figures and then painting the tattoos on them. So I feel like that's kind of like gonna be something. And also, you're just gonna have to stay tuned.
That's like, what you can't give us all.
I can't just tell you.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, we gotta.
You just have to come see the art.
We gotta follow the journey.
Exactly.
Like, and I can't wait to do that. Like, I cannot wait to see your next level and where you go after that, because I know it's gonna be somewhere amazing.
Same.
Yes. Yes. So Pia, you have manifested so many great things and done so many great things in so many cities with art and with painting. Talk to me about painting, and what's that love of painting that you have?
I just feel free, and I just feel like, I don't know, it's happy, like it just feels good. It's a space to feel everything.
Mm-hmm.
With no judgment. It's a space to just feel and just kind of go into a flow state. I think it's really easy to just tap into that, because you just kind of, I don't care if this is good or not. Like if I'm doing a tattoo, there's so much pressure, like for me and the client, and almost always sometimes it can feel pressure, because you know it's a very permanent thing. Like it's very intimate. It's very like and your tattoo artist should care a lot. But when I paint, like, you know, I can just tap into a flow state, and everybody can feel that. Everybody can feel that freedom. Yeah. So I think that's what's cool. I really like
want to get a tattoo by you, because it's like, what does it mean to actually have your tattoo artist care about what they're doing in their art? Because now I get it. You know what I'm saying? And people sometimes we just go in there to get something. Yeah. But when we know that our artist cares about it, I think it's a different feeling.
Yeah, well, I try to work with clients who want to work with me as an artist, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Just
coming in with
a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm very, again, that's like comes from me doing art beforehand, so I'm very privileged. Like I was able to I'm very blessed to like be able to transition in that way.
Yeah.
And have it come so quickly. So I think a lot of the fast success is due to that. But
are you like a freestyler, or do you plan anything out when it comes to that, or are you like one of those people like you just see it in your head and you just able to just put it down?
When I'm painting, it's a little bit of both. When I'm tattooing, like I feel it's a different hat.
Yeah.
It's a totally different hat. It's like I'm in the most control right now because like I have to make sure that this is my absolute best that I'm giving. So it's a different hat, but like when I'm painting, it's like totally different.
Absolutely. Pia, I cannot wait. Honestly, I cannot wait to see what you do. Cannot wait to see what's next. Cannot wait to see the next time I get to see Pia Rene official. Like, I think it's gonna be dope. Last question: did you do your tattoos on YouTube?
On my arm?
Yeah, or did you do any of yours?
I have done some on me, but they're on my leg.
Okay, all right.
On my arm, but these are all St. Louis artists.
That's what I'm talking about.
So we have really talented tattoo artists here, highly skilled.
Yes.
This is the place to get tattooed.
What she said. So.
Art.
Or get some art. What she said. So please, Pia, let people know how they can follow you, how they can tap in with you, how they can get some art, how they can get a tattoo. She may not be in the city all the time, but
but I might be in your city. Dun dun dun.
Thank you for that. I love that.
You're welcome. Okay, so my Instagram is Pia Rene, PIA.RENE, and that's where you can follow me and check out all the stuff. All the
stuff. I follow her, so it's some dope stuff on there. It's some amazing artwork on there, and you keep doing your thing. I cannot wait to support you. Look, y'all, next time y'all see some art or something around here, y'all gonna know it's a Pia Rene official. Make sure you go tap in with her right now. She gave you the Instagram. Big shout out to my team. Shout out to Devon, my new intern. Shout out to Bree, the most amazing singer and production assistant ever. And make sure y'all go tap in with her YouTube, planet_earth. She spells it ERF. Shout out to T Strong. Shout out to our sponsors, Key Productions, and the whole ABA for putting this together. And shout out to Pia Rene. We appreciate you so much.